Hello everyone, and welcome to our annual New York State Assembly's Women of Distinction Award Ceremony. Congratulations to our honorees receiving this prestigious and well-deserved recognition from the New York State Assembly. I'm so very proud of the great honor this year's honorees have brought to our community, and I want to congratulate them on their achievements. I'm excited to have this opportunity to honor some of the many women from across my entire Assembly district. As you may know, in years past, we've held a special ceremony right here at Proctor's in downtown Schenectady, recorded in front of a live audience filled with family and friends. This year, due to COVID restrictions, the program needed to look a little different. What we've done is put together this virtual ceremony that provides us an opportunity to show our gratitude and appreciation for all of this year's honorees and allows us to do it in a socially distant way. This event will also be aired throughout the month of April on Public Access Channel 1301 and will also be available on demand at www.openstagemedia.org. I hope you'll join me now, as it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to each honoree as we hear about their achievements, their contributions, and the work they're doing to make a difference in people's lives in these specially prepared video messages that they have assembled and sent to us here today for this special event. I hope you'll join me as we begin the ceremony for this year. My son Michael and I are very pleased to introduce our first honoree. Some of you may recognize her for her role in saving a historical church in the city of Amsterdam. Christine Andrzejniak's volunteer-led effort garnered national attention. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, it wasn't hard to find Chris. She could always be found making a difference, helping those in need, hundreds of people every day at the Amen Soup Kitchen in Amsterdam. Please welcome Christine Andrzejniak.
21 years ago, we started the Amen Place Soup Kitchen. It was started in our church at the time, St. Casimir's in Amsterdam. And how it got its name, it stands for All Ministries Embracing Need, because we approached other organizations and churches and asked them if they wanted to be part of this. So that's how we got our name. And it started out basically as a soup kitchen where we served once a week, soup and sandwiches and a full 9-course meal or whatever, 8-course meal to people at no charge. It was open to anybody. And we started it on Tuesdays from like 1 to 3 p.m. so that kids who got out of school maybe had no place to go, had a safe spot to come and get a meal after school. If there was nobody at home, basically it was a safe place for people to come and congregate, make new friends. It wasn't just for indigent, it was open to anybody. We had started out originally, the first day was like 25 customers, and then we moved up to probably about 200, 250 people a week. It's a weekly thing we do on Tuesdays still, but it's a 24/7 job. It's not just the day we serve. We have food deliveries, food pickups, procuring food, dropping off food, etc. And it's open to anybody. If there's a need, no questions asked. There's no charge. And that's basically how it got its start. It's all volunteer, completely. Nobody gets paid for anything. Well, years ago, I always thought that you had to join the Peace Corps or something like that to make a difference. But really, all you need to do is look in your own backyard and see that there's a need. You never know what you can do until you try. We have never had to advertise for volunteers, and many of them have been with us from the very beginning. It's become a family. It's the family you can pick, I always say. We have a lot of good camaraderie. And the people, too, that we serve, we have people now that come and say, I've never had to do this before, but I feel like I can come here without a stigma being attached to me or anything. And we don't ask questions. It's like whatever the need is, we're there to help. If you have a dream, and if it's in your heart, go for it, no matter what, no matter how old you are. I was not a youngster when I started the soup kitchen. I'm younger now, but whatever your dream is, go for it. Don't be discouraged. Like I said, the best motivators when people tell you can't do something, try. Never give up. You're going to face adversity sometimes. Don't give up. Try, be flexible, be adaptable, but have courage, have faith, and you'll know you're doing the right thing. 21 years later, it's still functioning, it's still going. So, that's the best I can offer. Have a good sense of humor, and, things will work out.
Good evening. I am Nicole Parisi, and I am proud to serve as Chief of Staff for Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara. I'm excited to introduce the next honoree. She is a lifelong resident of my hometown of Rotterdam. Diane Marco has been lending a hand to families and residents in our community for more than 40 years. A dedicated public servant, Diane served as the town board's deputy supervisor in years past, and now as our town clerk, all while playing many other roles important to others, everything from our Rotterdam Girls Softball League, our Pop Warner cheerleading teams, the Rotterdam Senior Citizens Association, as well as the Rotterdam Boys and Girls Club. Please welcome Diane Marco.
Hello, my name is Diane Marco. I am the Rotterdam Town Clerk, and I would like to thank the New York State Assembly for the Woman of Distinction Award honoree, and I am very appreciative of it, and I am actually very humble. And I would like to also thank Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara for his support. The upbringing that my family has given me with my 5 brothers and sisters is always work hard and you will succeed. I started working when I was 12 years old with my dad, and I would help him with the credit union that was at the General Electric Company. And I looked forward to every day helping him at 12 years old. So I've always had very, very good work ethics, and it has helped me through my career of being a credit union administrator for 38 years, and also for over 10 years now being the Rotterdam Town Clerk. It's extremely rewarding, and I am very thankful for that. It's been extremely stressful since 2020 of March. I feel so bad for the seniors that are homebound and they have no family at all. My heart breaks for them. I tried to make phone calls to them to make sure they were okay, and if they needed anything, I would drop off meals to them, and if they needed anything else, I would do that. But they were very, very scared, so I would leave them at the front door and just let them know that your food or anything that I had to bring was right at your front door. And also, I tried my best with volunteering as to where I could for food pantries, for the Sons of Italy, for the Rotterdam Seniors Association, the Elks, and I tried my best to help any of those organizations that needed my help, especially during this pandemic, because it's so sad to just see them lonely and sad, so I tried to do everything that I possibly could. I highly recommend to volunteer. You need to volunteer for any organization you possibly can. There is so many out there. We have the City Mission, we have the Habitat for Humanity, we have SICM. I can go on and on and on. There is so many, and there won't be one of those organizations that would ever say they don't need your help. Because when you volunteer for them, they are so appreciative, and they really, really do appreciate you volunteering your time. And I just think that it's extremely important. There's animal shelters. Like I said, I could go on and on, but there's so many that you could. There's one organization that would not be thankful for you to volunteer and help them out. And I also would like to just say thank you again. I really appreciate the honoree that I've gotten from the New York State Assembly. And I say to everyone, be safe, stay healthy, be kind, and share the love.
Hello. My name is Maria Santabarbara. I am so proud of my son and all the women of being honored tonight. The next honoree is an immigrant who has brought the flavor of Guyana right here in the city of Schenectady. A business owner and a pioneer, Mohini Randall, and her family opened their unique restaurant in 2017, and since then have become the integral part of Schenectady diverse business community. Please welcome Mohini Rendell.
My parents migrated from Guyana when I was a little girl for a better life for us in the States. So I grew up in New York City. After having my first child, I was looking for somewhere that the community was much smaller for my child to grow up and to have a different environment in life. My husband purchased a building and we were supposed to flip the building. Instead of flipping the building, I decided to open a Taste of Guyana. I always wanted a business, so I saw this was my opportunity to start my own business. I opened a Taste of Guyana, and the reason why I call it a Taste of Guyana because it was a large population of Guyanese developing in the area, and I wanted the community to know more about our culture, our different spices, and our food. COVID-19 is very challenging. There are days that I didn't know when my doors was going to be open or it's going to be closed, what's going to happen to my business. But I had to change my hours, cut down a lot on hours. I had to cut down on days. I had to cut down on staff. We follow all the guidelines of CDC, and we made masks mandatory. And we try to protect the customers and protect ourselves. Customer safety was very important. As a woman owning a business, there is a lot of challenges. It's very hard. Every day we face challenges, but if you set your mind towards the goal that you have set, if you keep working at it every day, one day it's like building a house, brick by brick. Eventually, one day your business will be stable and it will succeed. I would like to thank the community of Schenectady and all of our customers from Albany, Amsterdam, Troy, from Geneva, where's that? Utica, all the other places. Like they came out from Canada, everyone from North Carolina, they came out and support us. And I want to say thank you. Without their support, I wouldn't be where I am today, and especially family and my husband.
Hello, I am Jennifer Santabarbara. It is my distinct honor to introduce our next honoree. She has been making a name for herself as Director of Schenectady Landlords Influencing Change, also known as SLIC, an organization providing critical support to struggling small business landlords during the COVID-19 pandemic. Please welcome Chris Morris.
Right from the very beginning, when we first got together as just landlords, a few landlords struggling, it was to support each other, learn, educate, get education, talk with all the entities in the city to see what would be the best way to run the business. This is a small landlord, mama papa business. Also to become familiar with the community, because we're throughout the community. And I have to point out that landlords, particularly small landlords, are essential workers, housing providers, and we are everywhere in the community. So what happens in those properties are very important to all community members, everyone who lives there. We feel that an influx is happening now in Schenectady, and we encourage that from people who want to either downsize or they're moving for jobs or whatever the reasons to move. But we have a community that is welcoming them with open arms because we have so much to offer. We have such a wide variety of cultures, businesses, the churches, entertainment, and when things open up, we have everything for the newcomer to our area. And we go from the stockade, which is steeped in history, to the bustling downtown, to the development, including this casino. This is the harbor, the Mohawk Harbor, with the casino and adjacent housing and harbor, all kinds of activities, amphitheater, outside amphitheater. Very exciting. You could take a trolley from one end of the city to the other. There's so much for people to be in town. And this is one thing that we're very happy about, plus the fact of where we're located. Schenectady is midway in the state, and you can zip off to the big city, New York City, for entertainment and all the excitement, or go out to the Adirondacks go in the opposite direction at all the lakes and the wonderful mountains for outdoor activity and entertainment. It's a perfect location. So we encourage people to come into our town and stay here. Especially now in the troubled times, there are so many areas that need attention, and people have so many opinions. But if you're here in our town, we want to offer you our community, but we also would like to have your input. Newcomers are welcome to our organizations, any of our businesses, our schools, our churches again, our shops. We are looking forward to people coming to our town. However, we also want to impress upon you the local communities, the local neighborhood associations are always looking for fresh input. Know what's around you. Don't just live in your apartment, go to your job and hang out with your friends. Think about your local community, how you can be involved, or learn about it. Learn about the people around you, because you are hopefully a wonderful new citizen joining others, and we're all in this together. We look forward to people visiting us and participating in our government, in anything that we have. That's what we're looking forward to.
Hi, I'm Mariana Santabarbara. Over the years, I've been inspired by all the accomplished women who have received this award. Our next honoree is a proud Schenectady native who's working to help our capital region grow. Becky Daniels has devoted her time and talent to promoting all that the capital region has to offer, all while uplifting local students so they can pursue their dreams in upstate New York. Welcome, Becky Daniels.
You know, growing up in the capital region and in Schenectady in particular, my love of Schenectady, I think for a long time, people didn't appreciate it as much as they do now, and there's been so much wonderful growth and development, but I've always felt a connection to here. And so to be able to grow up and plant roots here and be able to give back to the community that gave so much to me, that's huge. You know, my education in the City of Schenectady School District is 1,000% what made me who I am today. And so that passion and that wonderful education I received, I just feel so strongly that we need to celebrate what is still going on and what the district is still doing. And so the scholarship foundation that we implemented in honor of my sister, that benefits one graduating student a year to follow in her footsteps. She had a master's in social work and really wanted to give back to the community in that way. She was also a graduate of Schenectady High. So that goes to a student who wants to pursue that area of study. The Education Foundation has been such a wonderful outlet because the things that our Education Foundation allows teachers to do, it's kind of the fun stuff. It's new programs, it's field trips. You know, it's been particularly during COVID, we have funded necessities for home learning, but in a more normal time, it allows teachers to really go that extra mile and support their students' learning. You know, I think CAP Heart Connection actually came out of a partnership with the CAP New York Branding Initiative and the Alliance for the Creative Economy, really looking to show how great it is to live here. And, you know, Gabby, my co-founder, and I, we've had so many conversations, especially during the pandemic, and how disconnected we feel. And it is a hard time to be single. I think it's hard, it can be hard to be single at any moment, but certainly the last year it's been particularly challenging. So launching this, we're so excited for things to start to open back up, to bring people together in real life and to showcase our area at the same time. So, you know, we're hoping that it'll help people on an individual level to find love, to find friendship, but we also want to promote the shared love that Gabby, my co-founder, and I have for all things Capital Region. I think the most important way to make a difference is to find those things that you are passionate about. There are so many worthy causes, there's so many things to contribute to. It can really feel overwhelming. I've experienced that myself. I want to make a difference everywhere. But I think if you can take a breath and hone in and search yourself for those things that really speak to you, that can help you make a huge difference, because it won't feel like work, it won't feel like effort. The reward will just be, you know, feeling good and being able to see that impact that you make.
Kelly Quist-Demars has contributed so much to Montgomery County, both in her professional career and in her personal life. She's an active volunteer for organizations like Grow Amsterdam and Habitat for Humanity, as well as being an ovarian cancer survivor and advocate for others.
Kelly is focused on ensuring our upstate communities have all the support and tools needed to thrive. Please welcome Kelly.
As a cancer survivor, it's really important to me to empower women to take control of their health. Having ovarian cancer in my early 30s, I didn't know very much about it. I didn't know that there was no detection test and what the symptoms were, and it took a long time to get a diagnosis. So for me, advocacy is about empowerment, is about taking care of yourself, advocating for yourself, regardless of whether it's cancer or something else, to make sure that women's health is taken seriously and they can go on to have long, surviving, thriving lives. The city of Amsterdam really is on the rise. I see in 5 years some really great things happening. We'll have a downtown revitalization, a core around our river, and also connecting to the south side with our gateway, with the Mohawk Valley Gateway Overlook Bridge. But I also see neighborhoods coming alive again. Like Grow Amsterdam with the community gardens. We'll see those in other parts of the city. We'll see dog parks and community parks, more walkable neighborhoods, less blight, and really a rejuvenation of the city, of community pride, of that important sense of place. So many people are moving back and raising their families here in Amsterdam, and I think it's just going to be really great in the next 5 years. My best advice to people right now, especially coming out of the pandemic and out of quarantine, if you will, is that if you want to meet great people, do great things. If you want to meet good people, do good things. And the more that you do in your community, the more people you know, and the better sense of pride and ownership that you have. The best people that I've met along the way have all been from those activities where we give back, and we all grow together as a community that way. I'm really, truly honored to be considered a woman of distinction from Assemblyman Santabarbara. I met him about 10, 12 years ago, and he's always been doing great things for the community. And the best piece of advice that I give people is, if you want to meet good people, do good things. And coming out of quarantine and isolation this last year, people are really going to be craving those connections. So go out and do those good things. You'll meet those good people, and we'll all get back to a better future than what we had before.
No doubt these are challenging times. The pandemic has affected everyone in different ways. Especially during these times of need, we are reminded of the many helpers that shine bright in our community. Among them are the many extraordinary women that have made a difference in people's lives, and this year's honorees from across the 111th Assembly District, of all ages and from many different professional backgrounds. I want to again extend my thanks to all of them for their efforts to make our home a better place through their advocacy, contributions, and leadership, and also extend my sincerest gratitude for the example they are setting for others. With each generation of women who exercise their ambitions without regard for past limitations of gender, not only strengthen their voice in our society, but also pave the way for future generations. Congratulations again, and thank you for your dedication and service to our community. Stay safe and stay healthy, everyone. I look forward to the day we can celebrate and see each other again soon.